Hello people, welcome back to another episode of Relating Me and You and Me through YouTube. And today we are going to create a nice matte base. Absolutely stunning like this one. So without me much blabbering, let's just directly get into the video and we'll see how I created this look and how workable they are. Let's get started. Let's begin. So for a matte base, we are going to start with skincare first, obviously, because any makeup, any base, if you want it to look flawless and amazing, you have to make sure that the skincare is done properly. Only then your base can look good. So I'm going to start with this toner. This is a cucumber toner. It is basically a DIY. You'll soon see a video, or you might have already seen a video where I have made this toner. It is really amazing to refresh your skin overall and also just take care that your skin is not oily but at the same time is having all that nutrition that it needs. So I am going to start with an under eye cream. Now this is again a DIY. This DIY is actually from a YouTuber. I will link her video down below so you can go and check it out. Now I am going to massage my under eye cream in this circular motion because my cream is oily. So I have to make sure that I take away the excessive residue from the skin so that my makeup does not slip and slide. So if you are using an under eye cream that is little too oily, just make sure you nicely massage it into the skin so that whatever is required your skin absorbs it, and then whatever is left over you can just clean it away. Again, as I said, my T-zone is oily and rest of my face is dry. So I want something that is not too heavy on the face so that I don't have too much oil after a while over my face. So I'm going to use this cucumber gel. So I'm going to take this a little bit on my finger because it is cucumber. It is hydrating, and because it is gel, it does not put too much oil into your face. So that's good. And at the same time it nicely hydrates and moisturizes your face. So the gel is on and skincare is all done. Now for the next step, I'm going to take a cotton pad and just dab the excess of oil from my under eyes. As I said, I don't want my makeup to slip here and there, so there should be no real oil on your face. So I'm taking it away with this, like this, just dabbing it, don't drag it, just dab it a little bit. And whatever excess oil is there, the cotton will just absorb it. Now I am going to start with primer. For the primer I am using this PAC Zero Pore Separation Cream. This is a really nice mattifying primer but also pore filling at the same time. I have huge pore problems. This solves it. So I'm going to start with this one. Now for the primer, I am going to start from the center where the concentration of my makeup products is going to be maximum, and also where I have more pore and oil problem. So I'm going to start from there. And make sure whatever products you are applying are going into your pores and filling your pores. Now whatever excess is left here, I'm going to apply on the rest of my face. I am also concentrating my primer on the areas where my foundation cracks a little bit, like this area here. My foundation either kicks up there or cracks every time. So I have to make sure that I apply a good amount of primer there and I have right techniques to put my foundation on. Now let the primer and all the skincare settle for a little bit. Give it few seconds, like 40-50 seconds so that everything settles down. And if you directly go on applying product after product, what is going to happen is that everything is just going to layer up and then it will turn cakey. So whenever you are doing whatever step, make sure you give few seconds after that step so that it absorbs into your skin or it settles down on your skin, and then go for the next step. Till then, we are going to start with our brows because we don't want to waste any time. So I'm going to start by filling in my brows using this L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Kit. You can already see I have used it quite a lot. It has been abused a lot because again I have hit the pan. So I'm going to fill my brows with this one. And then I'm going to use a concealer. Here I'm using Maybelline Age Rewind to shape my brows. I'm going to take a good amount of product on the back of my hand. This process of taking the products on the back of your hand just keeps it more hygienic, and at the same time I feel a lot more comfortable while doing this because then I don't overdo with the products. So I'm going to take this on an angled brush and then clean my brows. As the brows is done, we are going to start by concealing our face first. I already have this Maybelline Age Rewind concealer on the back of my hand, and now I'm going to start with this Sugar concealer. The shade names and everything is going to be mentioned in the description box just in case you are interested, but for this video the name of the products or the shade names are not important. What is important here are the techniques. So I'm going to start with this. Now I'm using this concealer specifically because it is a little yellow. So in case if you have any dark circles around your eyes, this will just cancel them a little bit. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to take on a flat fluffy brush. This brush is by PAC in the eye care series. I'm going to take that, and now this is what I'm going to use to blend this yellow so that your under eyes doesn't look yellow, but at the same time it has good coverage and brightness to just cover all those flaws. And make sure you don't drag anything. Here the technique is just that you dab everything into each other. Now this is the side where I have applied the concealer. So I am first putting in the product, depositing the product, and now from the other side where you don't have concealer, just going to dab so that if there is any excess product, it will just take that away and give you a very natural finish. Take your time when you're doing this because these steps are what is going to make your base. So taking time in blending those products is very important. And if you're not pro at using a brush and you still need those amazing blending, just use your finger because the warmth of your finger is going to melt that product into your skin and make it look absolutely flawless. So you can just blend this out by dabbing it under your eyes. And then you can see two different techniques of applying a concealer but getting almost same results. Now with the same brush and same concealer with whatever is left, just do this with whatever is left. Don't take any extra product for this step. I'm going to apply it on the regions which are little pigmented or have spots or anything. So I'm going to use the same concealer to conceal them with the same brush. Next is going to be highlighting our regions which we want to bring forward. So again, same concealer, same brush, just a little bit of product and dab, dab, dab. Blend it well. Now whatever I apply with this brush, I'm going to, by the end of it, after blending it a little bit, I'm just going to go in with my finger to give it a little final blend. That's just my way of doing it, and I feel this just get rid of any edges if they are present, doing it with finger, and that technique just works best for me. If certain regions of your face are a little extra dry, go with minimum product, because if you take too much of product and apply there, it is just going to turn patchy. So best way would be that you go with little less product. And now when we are done with concealing, we are going to start contouring. For contouring, I am using this MAC palette. Again, the shade is going to be in the description box. I'm using the same brush, taking product on the tip of the product, taking product on the tip of the brush. I'm going to start by creating that line, but the line will be concentrated here. We don't want too much product on this region. That is why we are starting from here. So just start by doing shading of that line, how you wing things out. So just do it this way. Don't have too much product here, because if you have too much product here, it is going to look patchy and it will really take a long time to blend that product, and it will have more concentration here where we don't want. We just want it to look sculpted and yet natural. So wing it out like that. I want my face to have a little angle, because if you see, it is really round. So to have an angle, what I'm going to do is I'm making a line here, a straight line here with this contour product, and then a straight line here. So this way, these lines will give my face a little shape. And start doing it side by side. Like, don't deposit all the product all over your face wherever you want and then start blending. Please don't do that, because it is contour. It can turn harsh if you don't do it properly. I am using this small angled brush, if you can see, to blend this out. Now I am using a small brush because I don't want it to go everywhere on my face and I want it to be sculpted. So you have to be really careful that where you are blending your product. Now for blending this out, the angled side is going to be outside. And blend it upwards. Never blend it downwards. Never ever blend it downwards, because then the whole purpose of applying a contour will just vanish, because we don't want this region to be contoured. We want our contour here and little bit here. So blend it upwards. Now if you are blending at this point, don't be scared if your product is not completely blended, because here we don't want it actually to be completely blended, because we are going to apply foundation on top of this. So you have to make sure that the things that you have done under it, like the concealing and contouring, are visible above your foundation. So doing this You don't have to blend it completely. Now I'm contouring my forehead also, because my forehead is too large. If your forehead is not large, you don't need this step. But for me, since my forehead is a little large, I am going to contour it. And when you're contouring, again blend upwards. Don't come down here to this region, because that is an highlighted region. You don't want it to look. And now for my nose, I want it to look thinner, so I'm going to create 2 lines on the top of my nose, as thin as I want. Now if you see, there is very little space between these 2 lines, so this is what is going to look like your nose. Now I'm just taking off the excess product from the brush, cleaning it up on this cotton, so that I don't have real product on it. And now I am going to blend it like this. Again, flicking out. And don't take it all over your nose, because that would look disastrous. So we don't want it to come all over the nose. And I like taking it upwards towards my brow, but that's your personal choice whether you want to do that or not. As I said, don't worry at this point if you have harsh line on your face. That is going to get covered up once you do your foundation. This is something where you have to trust the process. As we are done with highlighting and contouring, I know it looks harsh, I know it is not the most flaunting look. Trust the process. So I'm going to start with this Huda Beauty foundation. I think this is the best matte foundation present in India, which is sold in India. So I'm going to take a little bit of this over the concealer. Don't mind concealer that's beneath it, because that's just absolutely fine. Half a pump is more than enough. I'm going to take this foundation, blend it all over my hand, because we want it to look natural. If you apply this in axis, if you apply this foundation in axis, it can easily look cakey, so you have to be very cautious. Now I'm blending it here and then dusting off the axis, and then I'm going to start putting it on my face. What you have to do is very simple. Just take the product and start dabbing it. So this way, if you drag it, what's going to happen is the product that's beneath it, all the work that you have done is going to get dragged and moved, which you don't want. You want it to be seen nicely and naturally. So just start dabbing it like that. Now if you see my forehead, it looks very patchy, it looks very harsh. So what you do, take the product on your brush and start dabbing it. You will immediately see the difference. Also, I would like to suggest you all that don't put too much product under your eyes. You have already applied concealer. So once you are done with the whole of your face, you have put everything nicely and everything is well and blended, then whatever is left, only the axis, go that with your under eyes, so that your concealer doesn't look different than the rest of your foundation. Everything should look blended. So it's important that you go with it, but only with the residue. Don't put too much product, because that would just make it look cakey. All the cream steps are done, and now we have to proceed with powder. I am using Maybelline Fit Me in shade 15 Light. I've taken the product on the top of the jar. I'm taking a small brush. First I'm going to apply the powder under my eyes, because that is the region which is going to get creased real quick. So you have to make sure that you set it up really well. So I'm taking this product, dusting off the excess. I know many people suggest baking if you have to do a matte look, but I don't suggest baking at all, because that just dries out your eyes and make it look really unhealthy. So we don't want that. Hence I'm applying this powder with the small brush, so that you don't have any creasing under your eyes and this look absolutely beautiful at the same time. But as I said, make sure when you're blending it, first get rid of all the creasing properly, really well, and then settle it with the powder. As our under eyes are done, I'm going to take this small brush again and do my nose. Now I'm taking the small brush for the powder. I'm taking the smaller brush for the powder, because this just gives me more control, so I can really push the product in with this one than the bigger brush. So whichever regions are very oily for me, I'm going to do that with this one. And now for the rest of my face, I'm taking this bigger brush, taking powder, dusting off the excess, and then press it into your face. Again, press it, don't drag it. Press it so that it gets absorbed and pushed into your skin, so that there is no oil throughout the day. Powdering is the most important step in case of matte looks, because powder is what is going to make sure that there is no oil and shine on your face throughout the day. So doing it properly with the right technique is extremely important. Now if you see, at this point my face is matte and nicely powdered. Next is I'm going to do bronzing or powder contouring using this Faces bronzer and the same angled brush. And now we proceed towards blush. It is really difficult to find a matte blush which looks absolutely beautiful, but we get one in this Maybelline Master Contour by Face Studio Face Contouring Kit. This is how it looks like. On a nice fluffy brush, I'm going to take that shade. It is a nice pinky shade which is absolutely matte. So I'm going to start by depositing the maximum here. We don't want to start from here, because then the major blush concentration will be here, which does not look flaunting. So start from here and then come towards the center like this. Dab, 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 like this. No dragging, no to and fro motions, just dabbing it. And every time you're doing that, start from here, come back here, but do not go back here, because then you're just moving the product from here to here and then back from here to here. We don't want that. You start from here, come to the center, start from here, come to the center, pick up, go back. That is how it has to be. Your blush has to blend into your contour, because there should be no differentiation between your contour, blush and highlighter. That is what generally people do. They have different regions for everything. I agree there are different regions to contour, blush and highlight, but we don't want them to look different, harsh regions. We want them blended into each other and look as one. You can see this method of applying blush from here to here gives an illusion of a lifted face. You can see this side and this side. This looks much more lifted. I can see it on the screen here that this looks lifted, contoured, sculpted compared to this one. And that is how my base looks like. At this point you can go for a highlighter, but for me this is a matte base, so I am not going for a highlighter. That's completely optional. You want to go for it, go for it. I don't want to go for it, so I'm going to be good till here. You see my face looks matte but absolutely healthy and natural. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look made up, but still looks very, very sculpted and presentable. And the last step for my base is going to be applying this Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray. Guys, I'm going to complete my eyes and lips and everything else off camera and we'll be right back. So guys, this is how my matte base looks like. What do you think? Do you like this look? Please try it at home, and if you think that this kind of tips and tricks are working for you all, give this video a thumbs up, because that means a lot to me. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until then, if there is anything that you want me to make videos on, drop it in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to do it. Until then, take care. Tada!